Hey guys, welcome to my niece TV Zealots. I'm Denise, and my partner in crime is Mary. Mary, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so today, tonight, we're here to recap Emerald City's season 1, episode 5, Everybody Lies. And that they did. I thought it was a really great episode tonight. I felt like a lot of things in the last episode were disjointed, whereas they kind of came together in this episode. So I don't know. Mary, how did you feel?
I was definitely pleased by this episode. I thought it went really well. I feel like last week we were kind of like, that's it, like nothing happened. And this went by fast. Like I looked up and I said, "Oh my God, there's only 10 minutes left." It was very exciting, and I enjoyed it.
Okay, all right. Well, let's jump right into it.
Yes.
It starts off where last week they got kidnapped, and so now Luke. We find out that the guard has Luke, and he was apparently working for him, and he's basically was accused of killing some of the soldiers or guards, and of course his friend and leader did not believe that he's done these things, but I guess we find out later that he did, or I don't know, is that clear?
Well, I think there's a lot of evidence to suggest that he did it, but I think the guard Eamon is like, I know that you didn't do it, And so then when just like this run of the mill guard, this beat cop finds him, he's just like, hey, you're wanted for 10 murders. But he was, so he's like, I'm taking you in, and left the little girl in the alley.
Right.
I just started to like her. Now they're gonna leave her. So
a hot mess. Okay, yeah, it wasn't really much going on with Luke this episode. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, but
I mean, what? I have to give an honorary mention to when he went beast mode in the alley. I was like, yes.
That was some good action.
It was.
Yeah. I actually have a a shout out for Just Why at Elbrass. Annie Good Day said, "See you next Friday. Can we please get Lucas out of those chains next week?" And then Lori Elbrass says, "Yes, however, you don't need to give him a shirt."
A hot mess. Perfect. But you know what? I agree, ditto. Anyway, moving right along. So next we run right into Dorothy, and she was kidnapped as well, or abducted, whatever. And we find out she's with Witch West, and she's like, "Are you a good witch or are you a bad witch?"
That was such a great opener. I loved it.
I so loved it. I was like, she says I lied. But yeah, so of course, she jumps right into torture because she doesn't play any games.
That's right.
She needs to get her answers. She's like, "Did you kill my sister?" Of course, Dorothy is like, "No." And she proceeds to bend her in all different kinds of ways. Well, I guess I am skipping ahead a little bit. She gets the gun.
That was so tense and powerful. I loved it.
I did too. And she was like, "You lied about this magic because the clip fell out." Of course, she doesn't know how to use this weapon, so.
Right.
But like she was beating Dorothy. I know you had turned your head because she's like clocked her with the gun. I was like,
Oh,
oh my God,
I
okay, no.
was like, I couldn't even look at her dirty feet. Like it was too much. It was too much for me.
I must say, I really like Wes because, man, she's like, she
No, she
doesn't
was,
take any mess and she gets the job done.
yes, definitely.
So, anyway,
Oh yeah. Oh
she's like, she picks up the coat. Now, I knew the coat was going to come back to bite her in the butt again because it was like,
yeah.
you should have never picked this up. And she's like, who is this person? And she's like, who does this belong to? And she's like, I don't know. And then she's like, she's torturing her some more. She's like, oh, it's my mom. And then she's like,
Girl.
okay, you don't know your mother? And she's like, no, I don't know her. And she gives the best line ever.
Yeah, she's just like even dogs know where their mother is. And I'm just like, that was the sickest bird ever. It was so good.
It
So
really was. And we also find out that Tip has
mm-hmm.
chosen to be with none other than Wes. How did you feel about that?
Um, I think it was a good thing. Remember last week, I wanted her to go with West because I felt like Glinda would stifle her and put her in a box and not let her try to find herself. She'd be stuck in a uniform, learning to stand in line, when I don't think that's what Tip needs. Tip needs to find himself because he still sees himself as a him, first of all. And so I feel like West, that kind of stuff wouldn't matter to her. And so Tip is free to struggle inwardly. I'm just glad that he went on and helped Dorothy because I was pissed when he was like, I'm going to do for you what you should have done for me. Walk away. And I was like, mm-mm,
But you
mm-mm.
know what? I didn't know if Tip knew someone was listening, but I thought that Tip was doing it for the benefit of the person who was spying on them. But then, of course, we find out no, she didn't, or he didn't know that anyone was spying on them.
Mm-hmm.
He just was like really pissed that his outside does not match his inside and was like about to leave her there for dead.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, I thought that Tip was gonna leave with Dorothy.
Yeah.
But I'm actually glad Tip didn't because how it played out,
Yeah.
Tip still gets what he wants to stay there and learn from West and to get the magic to turn him back into a boy.
Yeah.
Versus leaving and then he doesn't get what he wants.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, and that was an interesting thing, that West either is still unable to harness her complete powers and look into someone's soul to see if they're lying or not, or Tip has some powers that he doesn't know about and is able to either shield himself or project to the witch that he said he wasn't lying, and she looked in and believed him when Tip helped Dorothy. So I thought that was really interesting.
Okay.
Sorry, we've been on this too long. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so moving along, we're going to go ahead and move on to Tin Man. I felt really bad for Jack. He's stuck with Lady Evie? Ev? Okay, Lady Ev. And she's totally mean. Just I was laughing so hard when she deadpanned. She was like, "You might want to keep your hands to yourself." Like, what? These metal objects you just stuck on me. I
Oh,
can't. She's just too much. And then, of course, we find out in that scene that they're on their way to see the Wiz,
yeah.
and they don't know why.
That was.
So, I really, really like how she read the wizard. Like,
Oh yes.
he was talking all down. What did he call her?
I can't,
Insolent something.
yeah,
I
it's
can't
like
remember.
child. I was like, ooh,
Right.
okay. And she was spilling all the tea. She's like, so somebody's wrong. Which one of you is the dumb one? I was like, go
Right.
ahead.
Hey, go
Oh.
ahead. I thought she was just a kook, but you know.
No, she still kind of is. Yeah.
Yeah, well, agreed. But we find out that she's the one running the kingdom. She's taken over
Yeah.
for her father, and the Wiz is like, "Look, I need you on my side." And of course, she throws that shade like, "Look, eyes can burn. I do not care."
Okay.
So,
Go girl.
what you say?
Sorry. I said, go girl.
That's too funny.
I just really like how when at first she was like, yeah, aren't we friends? You're my friend. I, along with a couple other Twitter ladies, we were just like, no, sweetie. But then after the kiss, I was like, how are they gonna kiss with that big beak, on her mask? But then we were all kind of like, okay then, Jack, go ahead then.
Jack
I
is
feel
feeding
like,
on tip. I'm
okay.
telling.
But then this stranger wrote me on Twitter and was like, look, Tip threw him off a balcony. I think he can kiss someone else.
What? No. Okay. Anyway.
So, we got a good discussion going. I need to work through this. But I feel like Jack is cheating on Tip, even though she did technically kill him. So
You know what? But she didn't mean to.
true. It
Like that solves everything, right?
was accidental manslaughter.
Right. Okay. But yeah, Jack, I mean, I guess he can get his anyway. Moving along.
Go ahead then.
Okay, so Glinda comes in.
Mm.
Well, first of all, Wes summons her through some type of magic portal.
Yeah, I saw like a witchy FaceTime.
You know what? Your tweet was really good about it because you was like, is this the new way is this the new phone call or something like that?
I loved it.
Or, is this how witches make phone calls or something? I can't remember. Anyway,
Ooh.
so Glenda shows up and she's like, take me to her. I told you to wait on us. And Wes is like, look, she has plenty of more to tell. So plenty more secrets to spill. And so she walks into the room, and of course, Dorothy's gone, as we've already stated earlier. And Tip helped her escape. And Glinda's all mad. She's like, I told you, could you just listen to me for once? And Wes is like, wait a minute, who are you talking to?
Right?
I love her shade. It's just so good.
So good.
Oh, you know what we did not talk about?
Oh, what?
When right before Dorothy escapes, Wes comes in and impersonates Dorothy's mom.
Yes, I totally forgot about that.
And she gets her to show her the images of East Witch.
Yes, the last time she spoke. Yeah.
Right. And then she discovers that she was trying to find out if Glenda had sent her to kill her.
Yeah.
So she was on her way to see West
Mm-hmm.
because she had information, which we now believe had to do with Glenda and
Yeah.
her scheming. See, I don't trust her. I never have, and I think I really never will.
Oh yeah. And I feel like they made it that way where West was kind of the sister that's like unhinged. She basically lives in a brothel. Glenda's all straight laced. She runs a school. She's highly respected, but she is the real bad witch. You know. So I think
And you know what? I do like how they played on everybody lies. The
yeah,
people who were deemed liars in the episode were actually the ones telling the truth, and the
yeah,
people who were deemed to tell the truth were actually the liars. So it's like I really like how they played on that.
yeah. I love that. That was really good. Oh, and before we get to the end, um, the Tin Man went to kind of the Emerald City hospital or whatever and got the bullet removed out of his shoulder and gave it to the wizard. So now the wizard knows that Dorothy has a gun,
Yeah.
or or that there's a gun in Oz. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and that it brings us into our ending
Wow.
where um
Ooh.
Dorothy finally comes in to meet the wizard, and he stands up.
Can
She's
I
got
just
a gun
say,
pointing at him.
I
Huh?
mean, he did plan this, but while she was walking through the palace, like no guards,
Nothing.
like I just thought that was funny. I mean, we know
Yeah,
he,
he was like waiting on her, basically. He
yeah,
said, like, oh, you're finally here.
that was crazy though. When he looked at her, he was like, Dorothy, and I was just
Well,
like,
first she says, you're from where I'm from, which I'm like, where did she get this knowledge and
wow.
information? Did I
Now,
miss anything?
now I thought it was interesting. Again, it's like with the small details. She saw like a Walkman and he's playing Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. That's an Easter egg. Did you know that I mean, I feel like you would need to smoke some marijuana first. But there's this thing where a lot of people a lot of people say you should play Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon and play the Judy Garland Wizard of Oz on mute at the same time, and the album and the movie go together. So I thought that was interesting that they picked Pink Floyd to play because Wizard of Oz, Pink Floyd, but he wouldn't know who they were, unless he's interested in Earth, but how would he even know about it? So that kind of does tie into the original story where the wizard was actually from Kansas in the original story. So I thought that was interesting. I really liked how they tied that together.
Yeah, I did too. And I don't know what's going to happen. I was just like, what is this sorcery? What is going on?
Oh my gosh.
I cannot
I
wait.
I really liked Justine Raven Baby 71. She said, I'm genuinely looking forward to next Friday's episode. And of course, at Elbrass, she's like, is it Friday yet? I need to know all the things. I'm really. And so does Regina Clement. Oh, that's our girl. She's just like, I
Yeah.
need an episode like now. I had so much fun tweeting tonight. Like, it was just a whole lot of fun. Like, and it was a great episode just for everybody to get together and kind of talk about. I made fun of a couple of things, but come on, it's TV. It's supposed to be.
Right.
All in all, I thought it was a good episode. Do you have
And
any?
I think it was at Ravens Baby 71 who
Oh,
brought up the pacing, which I agree with. I really like the pacing of this episode.
yeah.
It didn't move too fast. It didn't move too slow. The stories weren't convoluted or anything. I really, really like that. I genuinely like the episode as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's our recap. You guys
Yay.
can, if you like it, you can thumbs up and tweet with us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Do you have your sign, Mary?
I can't find it.
Okay, well, I'm at Forever Sam Sadie's on Twitter. And Mary, where can they find you?
I'm at Simply the Worst. You're gonna love it.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.